Okay, I think I'm live. Going to refresh. And there it is. Yeah. So hello, everyone. Welcome to another YouTube live session. Really happy to be back here. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube live on the Pink Fresh channel because I was on vacation and also on a work trip and so on. So yeah, today I'm back. And we'll be making a layout with the Garden Bouquet collection, or rather it's a washi tape product suite. So there's no pattern paper with that. And I will show you everything in a second, just a few things first. If you are joining us for the first time, for example, there's a $15 gift card you can win at the end of this live session. All you have to do is be active in the comments, just, or in a chat rather, just interact, ask questions, give us a thumbs up and let us know that you did so. And at the end of this session, Heather, who is moderating behind the Pink Fresh name, will be picking a winner. And another thing that I'm going to get out of the way right now so that I don't forget, I will probably mention it again in the end, but still there's no YouTube live next week since it's the 4th of July, a public holiday in the US. So there's probably, not a lot of people would be watching. So no YouTube live next week, but in 2 weeks again. So yeah, and also excuse me if I'm, a little bit rusty. I feel like it at least. It's been a while. So let me switch my camera. So you can see what we are working with. So yeah, right. There is a YouTube live next week, but not a scrapbooking live. So on Tuesday, there's the card making YouTube live, but no scrapbook live next Thursday. Now you're confusing me, Heather. No card making live next week. We should still have scrapbook, I believe. So yeah, just, I don't know. I will check again in the comments in a few seconds to see what you say, if you got it mixed up or if I got it mixed up. Anyway, so the Garden Bouquet collection is, as I said, a washi tape product suite. So there's this beautiful white washi tape with gold foil. And this comes with, let's see, with some coordinating stamps, dies, and a layered stencil set. And oh, okay, so I got it mixed up. So 4th of July is right. 4th of July is Tuesday, not Thursday. So that's where I got things mixed up. Sorry if I caused any confusion. As I said, I'm still, I don't know. It's a bit of chaos here right now. Anyway, so there's as I showed you, these products that go with the washi tape, and also embellishments like the alpha stickers and all of these pretty things. And you can see I already used up quite a bit of those, I have quite a lot of those, but that's because I had multiples or like duplicates because I was teaching some workshops with this line. And what I thought I would do today is try my hand at a little bit of ink blending. And I picked this stencil right here. And the products are linked in the comment section below. So this is the horizontal stripes slim stencil. And this is actually the right size for a slimline card, but I'm going to be using this on today's layout, or at least I will try it. And I have to admit, first of all, I feel rusty creating a layout as it is, but I feel even more rusty doing some ink blending because it's been ages since I did it. So for this ink blending, so I have the beautiful Pink Fresh blending brushes here, but since I will do I want to cover those areas with a little bit of, I don't want to have or go into details but rather blend large chunks, I thought I would grab the regular foam thingies. And my plan is as follows. So let me explain what my plan is, or my idea at least. I thought I would grab, so I have 2 sheets of white cardstock here. One is going to be my background, and one I will be using for my ink blending. And I will create like a paper strip that goes the whole length of, so 12 inches. And I will use the stencil. So I will have to move it down and, stencil the second part. And I want to do like an ombre ink blending background with the stencil in the colors that go with the Garden Bouquet collection. And I just grabbed like purples, pinks, yellows, orange, but like always the first 2 colors of each color family, because those are just like the more softer tones. And to be honest, I'm just going to go for it. I haven't done any ink blending for a while, and I haven't done ink blending with the Pink Fresh inks for this collection. So I don't know 100% which colors, work best with this collection, but we will figure it out. Oh, and then also, so when I have this strip, like this ink blending down here, what I want to do is cut it out. So I have this cardstock strip with the ombre background, and then use an X-Acto knife and cut a few slits, like right along the lines where those colored lines are, so that I can then slide some things or tuck some things in there, like my photos, and also embellishments like the flower die cuts and things like that. So that's the rough idea of what I want to do. And as I said, I don't know 100% which colors work best, so I'm just going to try it, and we will figure it out along the way. So I thought I would go, so you can see like on the enamel dots, I'm going to skip green because I feel like I don't really want to do green. But I'm going to go from like yellow to like apricot, orange, then into this sort of reddish, pinkish, and then towards purple. So that's my idea. And we will see if that works out. And I'm going to check the comments real quick if I missed anything. So hi, everyone that's joining right now. So hi, Jane. Hi, Natalie. Esther is here again. Jennifer, someone from Portugal, Margarita. So yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. And if not, Heather's also here to help me out. And yeah. Oh, and what I will do is I'm going to stick that stencil down with some low-tech tape. And since I will be cutting out the paper strip, it doesn't really, matter if it's straight or not right now, because I can cut it in the end. So could everyone please stop talking about food, because I'm starving and I haven't had any real lunch and I haven't had dinner yet. And, because it's been a crazy day. So yeah. So let's see. I have like a sheet of just printer paper here so that I can kind of try the color first and blot off my blending tool. Going to cover my desk a little bit. So yeah, let's try it. Okay, I think this yellow is going to work because as I said, I'm going for a more soft or a softer color scheme, not very bright colors. And I also picked some black and white photos to go with it because I feel like that makes the colors pop more and also makes the photos stand out a little bit more. So let's see. As I said, I'm rusty, so please don't judge my ink blending too harshly. But I feel like because this is only like a background and part of it will also be covered by embellishments and my photos, I feel like I don't need to go for perfection. So let's see. I don't want to do too much in the yellow because I have yellow, orange, pink, reddish, and purple. So like about 3 inches roughly per color. Oh, Deb, I'm so happy to hear that you have all of the products that I'm going to be using today. That's fun. And I would love to see if you try your hand at like a project like this. I would love to see what you create. Like if you share on Instagram or somewhere or in the Pink Fresh Facebook group, then make sure to tag me, please, because I always love seeing what Pink Fresh fans are creating with the projects, posted by the Pink Fresh design team. So the first color I used was Lemon Whip, which is the lightest yellow. Sorry. And I'm not going to use Sunshine because I feel that this yellow is already like bright or dark enough for what I have in mind. So now I have Peach Fuzz, which is also the lightest in the kind of orange family. And you could also, of course, use the Pink Fresh blending brushes, at least the larger ones. But since this is, it's not like detailed blending like you would for a stamp or let's say the layering stencils. This is really just lines and I want to cover a large area in one go. I feel like the blending brushes or the foam thingies work a little bit better for that purpose, at least. Let's see, that was Peach Fuzz. I'm gonna go over to, let's see, maybe I can go to, because there's also this blue Slumber, which is kind of a purpley blue. And I would actually love to incorporate that because it's, it's also included in this product suite. So I think I'm going to aim for 6-ish color families, so to speak. And I think I'm going to first just use the lightest color of each one and then maybe go back in and maybe do like apricot for like blending the Peach Fuzz and the ballet slipper together. But as I said, I'm kind of just making it up as I go. And for this, I'm actually using a bit of a heavier hand for blending because, as I said, these are just solid lines. So, you can't really mess it up, I would say. I'm already getting this kind of reddish color here by blending the Peach Fuzz and the ballet slipper. And I'm not sure if you can hear my son screaming because he's not happy that today I'm not going to do the bedtime routine. So I'm sorry about that, if you can hear it. So, and this right here is not really true color of ballet slipper because the foam thingy I'm using is, you know, is already a little bit stained, but I was using pink or some kind of pink before it, so I wasn't too worried about it. So yeah, so let's see if I can, maybe I'm going to do, let me check Coral Reef, what that looks like. Diane, no, I have this low-tech tape here on the sides. It's just Scotch low-tech tape to hold it down, because since it's just those lines, I'm not too worried about the stencil shifting, because I can easily put it back, you know, where it belongs. If this was a more intricate stencil, I would probably use something else to hold it down, or like maybe more of the tape. But yeah, I feel like this low-tech tape was enough. So I'm actually going in with a little bit of the Coral Reef in between the Peach Fuzz and the ballet slipper, because I need pink down here so I can go into purple and then into this slumber. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. No, I think I'm good. Yeah, so Becky said she likes that stencil. I do as well, and I have, like, it's quite like versatile. It's a very basic design, but it's, you know, great for lots of different projects. And you can do like the ombre look. You could also do it like alternating colors by masking off certain parts and so on. So yeah, lots of options. And I think I have this card right here. So I actually had it like right next to me because I'm going to give this to someone this weekend. And I was using the same stencil and Pink Fresh inks and like all Pink Fresh products. So here you can see how you can use that stencil on a slimline card. And, you know, I'm not a card maker, but I tried my hand at making a card and I think it turned out quite okay. So let's see. I want a bit more of the pink. So the ballet slipper, it's also because as I said, my foam blending brush things are a little bit stained. I feel like the ballet slipper isn't coming out as well. So I'm going to see if I want Sparkling Rose. The problem is I think there's a tone between ballet slipper and Sparkling Rose, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't have it because it's sold out and it's been sold out for ages. So I'm going to go for a little bit more pink so that I can then go into the purple. Oh, thank you, Heather. That means a lot that you say that card is cute. That makes me actually very happy. And I'm also quite, you know, happy about how it turned out. But then again, you know, it has ombre, it has glitter. So I use this Nouveau glimmer paste on top, and it has this shiny hot foil thing and the sparkling, what are they called? Jewel drops. So, you know, you can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with glitter and shiny gold elements. Okay. So now before I go down here, I'm going to actually remove my stencil, clean it, and then move it down here because I don't want to go over this part with my blending brush and, you know, risk that I'm blending too much down here. Or actually, wait, let me see. I think I'm going to go over some of the, like where the colors meet. Let me see. Just to make sure that, you know, like what would you call that? The part where one color goes into another, transition, that's what I was looking for, that they are kind of smooth and, you know, not too blotchy. A little bit more of the coral reef, just a little bit, because I don't want to have too much red. And a little bit more of the sparkling rose. And now I'm going to remove the stencil, clean it, and then move it down. So this is what it looks like right now. So yeah, it actually, these are actually quite, great summer colors. And I might even change the photos later. Because as I said, we were just on vacation. So we just came back on Monday. And I might want to use some photos that, we took there. But since I'm planning on just sticking those photos into the slips that I explained before, I can actually change them out even when the layout is done. So for today, I'm going to add some photos just so that you can see what it looks like or what it can look like. But then later I might actually change out photos. Because I didn't get around to, just going through all the photos from the vacation and printing them, editing them, and so on. So yeah. Deb, I think so. The new sets of inks that are planned to come out in July. I'm not sure what the ETA is on that. The inks have already been revealed, so you can check the Instagram account, the Pinkfresh Studio Instagram account. I go back quite a few posts, but there you can see which new color families are being added in the next ink release. So I'm not sure. I think there might be oranges, but to be honest, right now I'm not sure, and I don't want to tell you anything that's wrong. So either maybe Heather can, let us know, or you can, after this live, check out that Instagram post. Okay, I think I got it. So I'm going to use the soft lilac now here, and then finish it off with the slumber. So I have this kind of color progression. And then once it's done, we will see what it looks like on the layout and if I even like it or not. Wouldn't be, I'm sorry for the shaking, for my camera shaking. Wouldn't be the first time that I do something and then once I put it on my layout, I don't like it. So we will see how that goes. And of course, you could also use like I did on the card that I showed you before. You could use glimmer paste on top of those colors, which would look really cute. And I also thought about doing it, but I just don't have the time in this YouTube live to do it and clean everything and wait for everything to dry before I can move on. So I won't be able to use glimmer paste, but if I had time, I'd definitely do it. So, so my vacation was great. Thank you for asking. So we spent 2.5 weeks in Tuscany. We've been that was, I think, the the fourth time it was, but the second time with our son. And, you know, it was a great mix of relaxing and doing kind of like some city trips, you know. So with this one, I'm actually trying to do a little bit softer handed because I don't want it to be like full on blue. And we will see how that works out. Just checking the comments or trying to check the comments while I'm doing the ink blending to see if I'm missing anything. Sorry. Okay. Actually, these colors down here, like the purple mixing with the slumber, kind of a mermaid vibe to it, I feel. Okay, so I'm going to take the stencil off. And so this is, you know, since I will cut this, cut the strip up, you won't see the ink on the sides. So let me just clean it off real quick. And then we can actually start, you know, trying to assemble a layout. So let me put that to the side. And I think I'm going to turn on my overhead lights because it's starting to get a little bit dark. Okay. All right. So that's what we did. I think, you know, I think that's quite good. The colors are a little bit stronger, to be honest, a little bit darker than I was planning on, but that's not because of the colors. That's more because of my lack of ink blending skills. So to clean a stencil, I just use the stamp cleaner, like this homemade stamp cleaner. And you can find the recipe on the Pink Fresh website. I believe in the FAQs, there's you can find the recipe, or maybe Heather can also post a link to it here in the chat. I'm not sure if there's a better way to clean your stencils, but I feel like this works great. And, you know, since it's intended for cleaning stamps, I figured it should work for cleaning stencils as well. So I'm trying to, as you can see, right now I left a little bit of a border because I'm not sure if I actually want one or not, but I feel like, my thought is that I can still cut it off if I don't like it. We will see. So Deb, how exciting that you're going to Italy. I haven't been to the coast in Italy anywhere, so I can't really recommend anything there. But yeah, I'm sure you will find lots of things to do, or maybe even someone here in the comments who has been there and who can share some insight. So I'm going to cut my photos up. So right now they're in this photo strip, but since I'm, you know, as I said, want to tuck those in, I need to cut them apart. Yeah, oh, so you can also clean your stencils just with like water and soap. But since right now I can't run to the sink and clean it, and I want to get like the first coat of ink off, that's what I'm using. But normally I also just clean it in the sink with some soapy water. Okay. So let's see. I might not use all 3 photos, we will see. And I'm also not sure if as I said, if I want to leave the border or not. But I think I'm going to get out or like all of the embellishments first. And these are, so I have lots of different packages mixed into one because, as I said, I've been using this collection quite a bit. So I used it for my projects for the Create and Connect scrapbooking event. I used the same collection for a few YouTube lives, I think, and also for the Instagram hop, and also for workshops in Spain. So I've been using this collection a lot. So yeah. So what I thought I would do is, have some embellishments also kind of come out from behind this strip. And then, as I said, I will tuck some in there. So the colors will also soften a little bit once they like completely dry. So I'm also counting on that a little bit because, as I said, it's teensy bit brighter than I wanted. And I just decided on cutting off the white border. Don't like it. Yeah, I like that better. And I might even, let's see. Actually, I feel like I like it better this way with the yellow on the bottom. Yep, I think that looks better for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut some slits, as I said, into this panel. And so where's my X-Acto knife? And I'm just going to cut some, here and there. And we will see if, I might not use them all and I might need more, and that's fine. Because in the end, if there's nothing in there, you won't even see that there's a cut line. So you can only see it when there's something tucked in between. Becky, the paper trimmer I'm using is the We Are Memory Keepers all-in-one tool. So you have like paper trimmer, scoreboard, sorry, like envelope, punch board, and quite a few different things. So, and I like that it's, that I don't have to have or carry different things when I'm traveling or when I'm going on a crop or something like that. So as I said, I'm just going to cut some of those, not all of them, and I'm leaving like 1/4 of an inch roughly on each side so that I don't cut the paper or the panel apart. And obviously I have to be done with cutting all of those slits before I can adhere the panel to my background, because once it's on, I can't really cut it anymore, or I could if I cut into the background as well, but since I want to pop this up with some foam tape, sorry, I wouldn't be able to cut it anymore. So let's see. So just to give you an idea of what I was going for, so something like this, tucking the photos in. Like that. And as I said, I will probably change the photos as well, but we will see. And then I can also slide in some of the embellishments. And you can do it like randomly, or like meaning not looking for a tone-on-tone effect, or you do the tone-on-tone, so you pick like purple flowers or purple embellishments to go on a purple section, red on a red, and so on. So we will see. Right now I'm just, placing things and just getting a feel for what I have here. Going to refresh again. I'm not sure if I hope I'm still live. I don't know if there's an issue with my browser, but I feel like it's not updating. Or maybe let's see if I have some frames that I can use to tuck in there as well. Check. So I have so no, this is just going in a regular 12 by 12 album for layouts, or that's the intention. But to be completely honest, it's probably going on my huge stack of finished layouts that need to be put into an album for quite a while before it's actually going to be moved to an actual album. So you can see I have, so the reason I have some of the like duplicates of some of the stickers is, as I explained, that I have multiples of each embellishment, and I kind of threw them into one packaging. So that's why it looks kind of I don't know, everything kind of jumbled together. And so I'm sure most of you know this, but and I also showed it in quite a few videos or lives, but if you have like a sticker or something with adhesive and you're not sure yet if you want to use it, where you want to use it, just stick it on scrap piece of paper, and then you have yourself a die cut. You could also use like a powder tool or something to get rid of the sticky, but I actually like doing it this way because it gives it a little bit more heft. Is that what you would call it? And I can move it around, and I don't run the risk of missing part of the sticker and it's still being sticky. Okay, good. I'm still live. Getting comments from you. Okay, now I'm a little bit more relaxed, because that is kind of the worst case scenario, that I keep talking and working on my project without realizing that I'm long gone for you and you're not seeing what I'm doing. So I'm trying to, because as I said, I intend to change the photos. I'm trying to look for embellishments that work for any kind of photos. And since they're all very general, that's not, that's not a big issue. So let's see. Those smaller tags would also be a great thing to put into those slits. These ones are too large, obviously. This is a little bit too long. You wouldn't see a lot of it. But maybe I can, slide the smaller one in here. And so I already mentioned that I'm going to pop this up with some foam tape, but I'm only going to put the tape around the edges so that I can still slide things in, take things out. But because if I put some tape here, everything's going to be secured in place, which you can obviously do if you are, done and sure that things are where you want them. But since I'm planning on switching the photos, that gives me a little bit more freedom to move things around. And they don't, so even if you don't put adhesive on the back of the elements, they won't slide, down, because this is quite a tight, I don't know, slit or something, I don't know. So you won't run the risk of things just falling into or like behind the panel. And you know what I'm going to do? I just thought, because since you can't see the cuts, if there's nothing in there, I'm just going to go ahead and add a slit on almost each of those lines so that I can then adhere it down onto my background. Sorry if my head is getting in the way. And, so that things don't move around all the time while I'm trying to put my layout together. I hope I'm making sense. So let's see, I have. And I'm only adding the cut lines like right above the colored lines. So I'm not adding any cut lines on or above the white parts, because that would be a little bit too much. And then I run the risk of when I'm, sliding things in, that I might actually tear one of those strips apart. So I don't want to do that. So this is why I'm only cutting along those lines. And this one, and that's it. So I'm not going to go all the way down because I'm not going to put anything down there. And now I can, so here you can see the cut lines a little bit better. And now I can add my foam tape. And normally I always tell you that I don't put my adhesive right along the edge of something, because I want to be able to slide things underneath. But since, here I don't have another option, I have to do it. I could, could have left some of it empty, but okay. So just making sure that I don't want to first look if I want to add something behind the panel or not? And I feel like I do, because it gives it a little bit more depth and also fills the white space a little bit. I'm not going to do the whole border of it. But just a few flowers sticking out here and there. And I don't have, so there's on the washi tape, there is, let's see. So there is this orange cluster here, but I don't have any ready to be used right now. But I have the orange flower cluster as a puffy sticker. So I can use that. Let's see if I want to do here. So you can see that now I am going for a little bit of a tone-on-tone effect, roughly. You know, I have these blue, purple flowers up here, and then a more red, dark red flowers there, and then yellow here. And with the, excuse me, with the layering stencils and the stamp set, you could also create your own flowers. So I could use the stamp set to make my own flowers. So you can see here, I already stamped them in black ink. So I could use some inks, the layering stencils, and create like perfectly matching flowers, but that would have been way too much for this live session. So I decided to only, you know, to do it in like baby steps and not do a layering stencil after such a long break, like right in a YouTube live. I felt like that might not be the best idea. I'm trying to build some clusters so that I don't have just a single flower sticking out somewhere. This is what bothering me a little bit about the orange flower. And I'm just mixing, you know, different flowers from different packages. So there are some that I die cut from the washi tape. There are some, this one is a puffy sticker. This one right here, the light pink. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm gonna go take a sip of water because that's gonna get better. I'm so sorry about that. But I forgot my water glass in another room, so I had to go grab it. Very sorry. Okay. So I think I'm going to, you know, keep it like this and stick everything down. Of course, the whole day my glue bottle worked just fine, and now it's clogged. Could someone leave, like, sorry for that, but could someone leave a comment that you're still seeing me, because I still feel like there's some issue on my end. And I'm a bit paranoid about that the stream might have kind of ended. I mean, I'm still seeing the video in my browser, but it feels like something is off. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to go to shut up for a second so that my voice can recover. Well, thank you everyone for popping in to tell me that you're still seeing me and I'm still live. That's very much appreciated. Okay, so I'm not going to tuck any more things underneath the sides of the ink blended panel, so I can stick that down. And making sure that I have it the right way up. So blue at the top. And I'm just eyeballing it, like trying to get it centered as well as possible. Okay. So let's see. I could have measured before, but I didn't want to. So 4, that's almost perfect. That's close enough. Okay. So now I'll get rid of this. Just going to use some foam squares on the, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I just put you on mute so that you didn't have to hear like coughing fit. Okay. You could go ahead and, tuck in some flowers here as well, but I feel like that's a bit too much. So I personally just go for different embellishments and photos to be tucked in here. So like the tag. Yeah, Heather, I agree. So it's always, I don't know, it always comes at the worst possible moment, and like when you go live and you have to talk. So yeah. And trying to suppress it usually makes it worse. So you can see that I'm right now doing some, the enamel dots, but I'm going for this tone on tone, because I don't want to scatter all of the colors all across the page. And obviously you could grab even more colors from your stash that, so you get more like different tones of orange, for example. But since I'm trying to stick to just the Garden Bouquet collection, I'm just going to work with these enamel dots, but you can see that's completely fine. It works really well. I don't want to jinx it, but I think the worst is over. Okay, I'm going to stop with the enamel dots for now. Only have a few more minutes left, but the biggest part is done. And as I said, you only need to slide in photos. And then this, for example, I'm going to use to add some journaling, which I'm not going to do now, simply because if I change the photos, the journaling won't match. And then you can also slide in your photos. You could also, since, you know, I cut like every second line, you could also do something like this, so that you have it, you know, coming out at the bottom again, if that's a look that you are going for. Okay. Let me see. And, you know, depending on how many photos you have, you can kind of space them out a little bit or put them closer together, whatever works for your project and your photos. And once you are, so since you can't adhere them on the back again, since we already adhered this whole panel down, but once you are like completely sure that that's where you want it to go and you don't want to be able, like slide or take them out again later, you can also just now add some adhesive on the back, like foam, like tape runner, and, you know, adhere it to the panel at the, like on top of the panel, so that the photos don't slide in and everything stays in place. Oh yeah, I totally agree, Mary. Enamel dots are always like, if I have a project and I feel like, I don't know, something is missing, I'm not sure what I want to do next, I usually just grab some enamel dots, and that kind of, I always feel like it fixes everything. Okay. Thank you for joining, Carrie. So yeah, you can catch like the replay and watch how this whole thing turned out. Although, you know, there's not a whole lot that I'm going to change or do anymore. But still, that's the great thing about the YouTube lives. Just, you know, pop in again later or watch it again. So I feel like I need something down here. So I'm going to adhere this frame because this frame is a little bit too small for my photos, but I still feel like it looks cute tucked in there. So I'm going to adhere it on top of this sticker. And, you know, the frames usually have adhesive on them, but a lot of the times I take that adhesive layer off so that I can move the frames around. So this is why I'm having to add adhesive on the back again to make it sticky. They are usually sticky to begin with. Okay, it's almost, you know, the hour is almost up. Give me just 2-3 more minutes, and then I'll be done. with this page. And it actually turned out more or less how I envisioned it in my head. You know, things rarely come out exactly how you planned it, but I think it's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere everything in place later. I'm not going to do it right now so that I don't lose any time for tedious tasks like this. So Heather's going to pick the winner now. Congratulations, Mary. Mary Golden. You won today's $15 gift card. And all you have to do to claim it is email Leah at pinkfreshstudio.com to claim your prize, and then give her a few days to get back to you, and then you can go shopping in the Pink Fresh shop, online shop. Okay. So I know this photo up here is completely covered right now, but as I said, I will probably change them. And also, if you don't adhere them anymore, you could also add like a tab or something so that you can still pull it out later. So you can make it an interactive layout. You don't have to adhere everything in place if you don't want to. And I also, so for this collection, or in this collection, there are these beautiful matte gold alpha stickers, which I will probably use for a title, and I might put it like along the line or along the side, sorry. But I'm not sure right now what to put as a title. It depends a little bit on the photos that I'm going to use, but still, I just want to show you that this is, you know, what you can use, or just grab some alpha stickers from your stash, or the stamps that also has some great sentiments. You are all kinds of wonderful, for example, would be great, or you are amazing. And for the scripty ones, there's also the coordinating die. So I might also, or you could do it as like a subtitle. So I have a title here, and then you are all kinds of wonderful down here. So I could fill this yellow space. But I'm not going to do it right now. So let me tidy up a little bit. It's complete chaos here. And I'm also going to add a little bow or a twine or something in this tag, because tags that have empty holes drive me crazy. So let me switch the camera and hope that I don't look too destroyed. Okay. So, oh, sorry, let me switch back again. Just a second to show you the layout again. As I said, so title coming. You could also add some paint splatters or even some stitching along the lines. So I might add just a few details that I can't really do on camera. And you can see the dimension here. So yeah. So let me switch back so that I can say goodbye. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed this session today and my, getting back into ink blending and actually scrapbooking after this break. And remember, so next week there's only going to be a scrapbooking live, but no card making live on Tuesday. I hope you all have a happy 4th of July, those of you who celebrated. And then next week, it's going to be Natalie with you again. And I'm sure she's going to create something beautiful. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. And I will see you again in 2 weeks. And we will see all of us will see Natalie again next week. So take care, everyone. Thank you for joining, and bye.